I never imagined my own flesh and blood could look me in the eye and say those words. Here's firewood and food for 2 weeks. I'm heading to the Caribbean with my wife and I'm taking every cent of your savings, my son Derek spat out as he slammed the door of this isolated, snow-buried cabin, leaving me in the biting cold that pierced straight to my soul. The cabin was just a mile from the nearest road, but surrounded by endless miles of frozen wilderness, trees cloaked in white, an unrelenting silence, and a chill that clawed at my bones like an old enemy. He snatched my phone from the rickety table, tucking it into his coat pocket as if it were trash he'd forgotten to throw away. As if I didn't deserve even a chance to cry for help. As if my 67 years on this earth meant nothing anymore. "Oh, and I changed the locks on your house," he yelled from the truck window with a smirk that froze me deeper than any blizzard. His wife Brooke gripped the wheel, her laughter echoing like shattering ice as they sped off. That stupid old woman who'd scraped by her whole life, raising him alone after his father passed, pinching every penny for a sliver of security in my twilight years, and now they were jetting off to sun-soaked beaches with my $82,000, the nest egg my late husband and I built through decades of backbreaking work and quiet dreams deferred. I watched their taillights vanish into the swirling snow, the tire tracks already blurring under fresh flakes. I was 67, utterly alone, no phone, no escape. The closest town was a grueling hike away, one I'd never survive in this merciless freeze. Derek knew that. He'd orchestrated it all with chilling precision. But what my son didn't realize, what Brooke couldn't fathom as she cackled her way to the airport, was that I'd been one step ahead. I'd laid my own trap, one that would snap shut on them before they could even board that plane. And when it did, when the truth crashed down, there'd be no turning back for them. Standing by the frost-laced window, watching the world erase their path, I allowed myself a small, defiant smile. For the first time in the 18 days since I'd uncovered their vile scheme, I felt a spark of life return. The pieces were in place. All I had to do was wait for them to walk right into it. If my story resonates with you, if you've ever felt that raw ache of betrayal from someone you loved, subscribe to the channel and join me for the next one. We're in this together, sharing these truths to find our strength. But let me take you back to how it all unraveled, how a devoted mother like me ended up stranded in this icy tomb, plotting a comeback that would redefine everything. This didn't start with the cabin door slamming shut. It began exactly 18 days ago, on a crisp Wednesday evening, when I stumbled upon a secret that shattered my world. Derek had dropped by my modest bungalow unannounced, something he hadn't done much since tying the knot with Brooke 2 years back. I was thrilled, bustling in the kitchen to whip up his childhood favorite, homemade lasagna with extra cheese, just how he liked it. He picked at it distractedly, eyes glued to his phone, barely murmuring thanks. Brooke hadn't joined him, she rarely did, always citing some vague commitment. That woman had despised me from our first handshake, no matter how hard I'd tried to welcome her, baking her pies or offering advice on home decor. After dinner, Derek mumbled about a work call and stepped onto the back porch. I lingered in the kitchen, rinsing plates, the screen door ajar. I wasn't eavesdropping, at least not intentionally. Call it intuition or divine intervention, but I heard every damning word. "The old bat has no clue," Derek's voice drifted in, sharp and unfamiliar, the same voice that once whispered bedtime stories and promised to always protect me. "I locked in the cabin rental yesterday. We'll dump her there with basics, then bolt for the airport. Locks on her place get swapped tomorrow. By the time anyone notices, if they ever do, we'll be lounging in the Caribbean, blowing through her cash." My hands froze under the faucet, suds dripping as the dish clattered into the sink. He didn't flinch, too absorbed in his plot. "Brooke, babe, in 48 hours we're set. $82,000, plenty to vanish if we need to. She's got no family left, no nosy friends. No one's checking on her till it's way past late." The room spun. I clutched the counter to steady myself. My only child, the boy I'd poured my soul into after his dad's heart attack left us reeling when Derek was just 10. The one I'd worked factory nights and weekends for, skipping vacations so he could have braces, college books, a shot at more than I ever had, was scheming my demise for a quick payout? And the laughter that followed? It gutted me, casual and cruel, like discussing weekend plans over my frozen grave. I wiped my hands deliberately, forcing composure. In that instant, something in me snapped. Not broke, but hardened. I wasn't just Valerie, the doting widow, anymore. I was a force awakened, with nothing left to lose, but everything to reclaim. Derek sauntered back in, all false warmth. "Sorry about that, Mom. Urgent stuff." I smiled through the bile rising in my throat. "No worries, sweetheart." I pulled him into a hug, memorizing the feel of his betrayal, vowing he'd never see mine coming. That night, alone in my worn armchair, the one where I'd nursed him through fevers and heartbreaks, I didn't dissolve into tears. Instead, I plotted with a clarity born of survival. Derek had forgotten. I'd clawed through grief, poverty, endless shifts at the assembly line. If he wanted to play this game, I'd show him who'd mastered it first. At 67, I wasn't fragile, I was forged. I grabbed my phone and dialed the one ally I could count on, Elaine, my confidant of 35 years, a sharp-eyed attorney who'd stood by me at my husband's funeral. "Elaine, it's urgent. Can we meet first thing tomorrow? It's about Derek, and it stays between us." Her response was immediate, no prying. "My office, 8 a.m. sharp." That's true friendship. No questions, just action. That call marked the end of the naive mother and the birth of the avenger. Derek had miscalculated gravely, underestimating a woman who'd already lost everything once and risen stronger. He saw age as weakness. I'd make him see it as wisdom's edge. Some betrayals forged steel from sorrow, and mine had just ignited the furnace. Now, here I am in this snow-shrouded prison of his making, the silence thick as the drifts outside. Derek imagines himself victorious, en route to paradise with my life's work lining his pockets. But ignorance is his undoing. What awaits at that airport will eclipse any chill I've endured. Revenge, when tempered slow and served frigid, bites deepest. And I've been honing mine for 18 days, a blade ready to strike. The morning after that overheard call, I rose at dawn, my mind a whirlwind, but my steps steady. Sleep had evaded me, visions of Derek's mocking grin replaying like a nightmare loop. But wallowing wasn't an option, not after weathering widowhood at 45, raising a boy solo while juggling bills and grief. I dressed in my navy blazer, the one for court dates and tough negotiations, and headed out by 7:30. Elaine's firm was downtown, a 40-minute bus ride, but I needed the time to think, to fortify. One slip and I'd be the one trapped. Precision was my lifeline. I arrived as her assistant buzzed me in. Elaine, 62, with silver-streaked bob and eyes that dissected lies, poured coffee without preamble. "Spill it all, Valerie, no filters." Her tone was steady, a rock in my storm. I recounted every syllable, the porch whisper, the cabin drop-off, the $82,000 grab, their Caribbean escape. Words tumbled out, scorching my tongue, but I held back tears, no luxury for vulnerability now. Elaine absorbed it, face impassive. Then, with practiced poise, "We've got 18 days, tight but doable. Priority, safeguard the funds." She sketched notes. "New account today, your name only. Shift 75%, leave enough in the old one to avoid red flags, but secure the core. Next, evidence. Tricky, but I know a guy. Marcus, PI extraordinaire. Discreet, effective. He'll tail them, dig for dirt." A chill gripped me. This was espionage on my kin, treating Derek like a felon. But his words echoed, "By the time anyone notices, if they ever do." He wasn't my boy anymore. He'd forfeited that. "Whatever it takes," I said. "I'll play the oblivious mom, the easy mark he expects, and when the hammer falls, I'll be unbreakable." By noon, we were at a branch bank, me signing for a fresh account. The teller, a polite young man, processed the transfer. $65,000 safe, $17,000 lingering as bait. Exiting, air filled my lungs freely. My future wasn't theirs to plunder. The real test loomed, feigning ignorance amid heartbreak. That afternoon, Derek rang. "Hey, Mom, Brooke and I thought you'd love a getaway at this cozy cabin. Fresh air, peace. Good for your health, right?" "Sounds wonderful, dear," I cooed, masking revulsion. "But don't trouble yourselves." "No trouble, we've booked it. 2 weeks from now. Pack warm, it's remote and chilly, but you'll adore the quiet." Quiet? Code for deadly isolation. "Thank you, son, you're too kind." The lie scraped like gravel, but I swallowed it, my role in this deadly dance. The ensuing days blurred into agony. Derek visited more, all charm. Groceries delivered, stories shared, hugs that now repulsed. I reciprocated, meals cooked, questions asked, affection feigned. We were performers in a grim theater, each convinced of the other's gullibility. Nights brought strategy sessions with Elaine and Marcus. The PI, lean and 55 with hawkish eyes, unveiled photos. Derek at shady loan offices. Brooke rendezvousing with a stranger in diners. "Your son's drowning in debt, $35,000 across cards and lenders," Marcus reported, papers splayed. And the wife, she's funneling cash to this guy Liam, a bartender with a side hustle in cons. My gut twisted. Cheating? Derek complicit or clueless? Deeper dive. Plane tickets to the Caribbean, duo only. Liam's booked the next day, same spot. Elaine and I exchanged glances. The web widened. Brooke wasn't just thieving with Derek, she plotted his discard too, fleeing with her paramour. My son, cruel as he was her pawn. "We need ironclad proof," Elaine pressed. "Audio, ideally." Marcus grinned. "Way ahead. Bugged their place last night. Caught the full scheme. Cabin drop, lock swap, fund transfer. Even quipped about your convenient demise easing things. No body, no crime." My fingers shook, reaching for the device. Elaine intervened. "Not yet, Val. Stay sharp. We've got leverage. Now the end game. Let them escort you. Play long. Airport arrival? Cops waiting with warrants for fraud, endangerment. But the cabin? Marcus tails, extracts you post-drop. They think victory's theirs, we snatch it mid-celebration." Risky, raw, but flawless. I agreed. The countdown ticked. In those final days, I navigated normalcy's facade, aware of every ploy while Derek hugged me obliviously. I prepped my counterstrike meticulously, patience my sharpest tool, impulsiveness his downfall. A week out, Derek arrived with forms. "Mom, sign this. Power of attorney for your accounts while you're relaxing. Bills, maintenance, you know." His grin screamed trap. Full access to drain me dry. I scanned, heart pounding. "Sure, honey, I trust you." My signature sealed nothing. The bulk was shielded. He pocketed it smugly, planting a kiss that seared like betrayal's brand. Post-departure, I updated Elaine. "I have bait access. Let him bite for evidence." She confirmed surveillance. Cams in their ride, home. Marcus delivered footage that iced my veins. Derek and Brooke toasting. "To the clueless hag funding our freedom," Brooke sneered, clinking glasses. Derek chuckled, kissing her. "Accounts fat, $82,000. Post-transfer, we're ghosts. She'll rot in that cabin, none the wiser." Casual as chit-chat. Then Brooke dropped the bomb. "My separate flight with Liam set? Once money's ours in paradise, your history, we had a deal." Derek's shock was palpable. "What? This was your brainchild. You pushed the abandonment." "Desperate times, darling. You're useful, but Liam's endgame. Accept it. We're both villains, I'm just honest." I halted the video, nausea rising. Marcus added, "Your granddaughter, Mia, 10 years old, she's with a sitter during. Told you're visiting family, innocent as they come." Mia, my sunshine amid storm, untouched by this filth. "Shield her, no exposure till dust settles, promise." Done. Sitter solid. Elaine's prepping custody docs if needed. The last 48 hours dragged like eternity. Derek fussed over packing. Warm layers, Mom, it's brisk. Threat veiled as care. Even packed your old quilt, the one I sew in high school, remember? For a flicker, remorse shadowed his eyes. Yeah, Mom, glad you kept it. Lies, all. Sleepless eve, I eyed suitcases, one visible prop, another stashed with Elaine, vitals, cash, mementos. Tomorrow changed everything, victory bittersweet, son lost forever. Dawn knocked, Derek forced cheer. Adventure time, Brooks idling. I wheeled my decoy bag, stepping from home perhaps permanently. Drive stretched silent, Brooke stone-faced, Derek phone-fixated, me watching civilization fade to white wasteland. 4 hours in, cabin loomed, dilapidated wood hut, forest encased, no neighbors, snow blanketing all. Derek hauled supplies inside, stark room, bed, stove, table. Firewood, rations for 2 weeks, he gestured. Water tank, ration wisely, I'll fetch you post-vacay. When? Voice quavered, role perfected. 2 weeks, promise, rest up. Hug mechanical. I clung knowing last before ruin. Brooke stayed engine revving. Derek swiped my phone. No signal anyway, spare frustration. Doorward, then shout, locks changed, FYI. They vanished, silence engulfed. Alone, wind howling, cold invading, but I smiled. Marcus trailed, hours till airport ambush. Under bed, satellite phone hidden pre-drop. Dialed Elaine. They're off, launch. Activated, hang tight, over soon. I settled, fire crackling, savoring impending justice. Revenge's vintage, chilled perfection. Hours crawled, stove warmed against encroaching freeze. 3 hours out, they'd be highway bound, smug. But Elaine coordinated, evidence to DA, conspiracy, fraud tapes. Phone buzzed, Elaine. Their airport close, cops positioned, entrance check-in, warrants hot. How's Mia? Sitter fed lie, your doctor visiting, safe. Thanks, for all. Friends fight back, Marcus inbound, 2 hours max. I exhaled, flames dancing. 2 hours in hell, then free. Yet maternal echo ached, boy lost to monster, pain lingering. Memories surged. Derek at 4 gifting dandelion bouquet. You're my queen, Mommy. At 12 consoling post-funeral. I'll never leave you. Promises dust. Where twisted? Overindulgence? Shielding too fiercely? Or innate void love couldn't fill? Phone rang. Marcus. 20 minutes out. They parked. I'm shadowing. Derek's grinning. Brooke primping. Oblivious. Stay connected, I need to hear. Muffled steps, wind, then voices. Hurry, babe, flight soon, can't wait for Sands. Derek gleeful. Free of that drag and her nagging, Brooke sniped. Soon, $82,000 paradise, maybe permanent. Silence, then commands. Derek Hayes, Brooke Ellis, halt. Confusion. What? Mistake. Charges, fraud, robbery, endangerment, rights read. Shouts, scuffles, cuffs clicking. Her scheme, Derek accused. I was pushed. You coward, you drove, you stole, Brooke hissed. Both guilty, judge awaits. Sounds faded. Marcus. Cuffed, en route to station. Spectacle, news fodder. Good, let shame spread. En route, prep exit, snow worsening. I hung, processing. Done. Arrested, funds secure, but hollow victory. Tears for lost boy, shattered soul. Sobbing in solitude, for what was, what nevermore. Fire dimmed, cold crept, till phone, unknown. Grandma? Mia, tiny, terrified. Grandma, police lady's here, says Dad's bad. True? Where are you? World halted. Mia, shielded no more. Someone slipped. Mia, sweetie, I'm safe, coming soon. Dad erred big, but you're blameless. What happens to Dad? Sobs. He'll face it. Be brave, love. I adore you. Call ended. Hands shook. Victory Pyrrhic. Mia's innocence sacrificed on revenge's pyre. Marcus arrived hour later, found me shadowed, fire out, tear-streaked. Val, roads dicey, let's move. Silent drive back, snow veiling past, but mine unburied, consequences dawning, revenge's toll unpaid. City lights greeted post-dark. Marcus dropped me at Elaine's, my home locked, contested. Displaced in my narrative, revenge's irony. Elaine enveloped me in warmth, tea steaming. You look wrecked, sit, breathe. First vulnerability in weeks. Station update? Custody held. Fraud, robbery, endangerment. DA pushes 6 to 9 years. Evidence airtight. Years, echoed alien. Son caged prime life. He aimed your death, Val. No guilt, self-defense. But Mia called, knows, devastated, my doing. His actions, his blame. Mia'll grasp time. Eat, soup's ready. I sipped mechanistically. Hearing tomorrow, testify. Prep for his pleas, tears. I'll flank you, not solo. Slept fitfully in guest room, visions haunting. Cabin cold, Mia's cries, Derek boyish grin. Dawn, Elaine roused. Hearing 9. Strong posture, they'll twist you, villain. Showered, donned gray suit, hair pinned. Mirror reflected stranger, hollow-eyed, etched lines, steel gaze. Revenge's makeover, good or ill. Courthouse mobbed, reporters swarming. Widow foils son murder plot. Headlines lurid, true. Elaine shielded to chamber, sterile, echoing. Front row, then entrance. Derek, Brooke orange-clad, shackled. Derek's eyes met mine, aged, defeated. Mom, whispered plea. Ignored. Elaine gripped, steady. Judge, stern, 65-ish, convened. Charges grave, evidence compelling. Defense. Derek's lawyer, slick youth. Client manipulated by spouse, victim himself. Brooke erupted. Liar, he orchestrated, don't pin me. Gavel bang. Order. Prosecutor. Planned abandonment, theft, death risk, but for victim's foresight, homicide. Mrs. Valerie Hayes, testify? Stood, Elaine steadying. Yes. Proceed. Eyed Derek. My son left me to perish, stole phone, locks changed, savings access, all while feigning love. Betrayal eclipses pain. Boy I nurtured vanished, replaced by greed's stranger. Derek wept. Mom, forgive, desperate, debts. Brooke pushed, didn't mean harm. 18 days to confess? Visits, hugs, lies. No belief now. Judge noted. Detention sans bail, trial 30 days. Adjourned. Derek wailed. Mom, don't, I'm your son. Back turned, echoes fading. Justice won, but triumph ash. Love's void gaping. Post-hearing, Elaine aided home reclaim. Locks redone, keys mine. Inside, echoes mocked. Derek's mug unwashed, prints lingering. Betrayal's specter. Marcus visited. Update. Brooke pregnant, 4 months. Not Derek's. Dates align, Liam. Stomach dropped. He knows? Not yet. Liam arrested. Fraud rap sheet. Conned her too. Planned solo flee with Hall. Betrayals chained. Derek me, Brooke him, Liam her. All jailed. Greed's cycle. Mia? Services temp. Assessment tomorrow. Custody likely, but prove stability. Proved guardian amid chaos? Mia deserved better than system. Anything for her. Night revamped Derek's old room for Mia. Fresh linens, toys, books. Sanctuary amid wreckage. Morning, social worker Lena, 40s, clipboard wielder. Custody eval for Mia. Toward, home tidy, finances sound, room ready. Tough query, feelings on raising attacker's child, resentment risk? Mia's innocent, love her wholly, won't taint her with my pain. Prison visits? Supported, she forms bonds. Recommend placement, therapy essential for both. 2 days, Mia arrived, suitcase clutched, eyes puffy. Saw me, hesitated, then rushed embrace. Grandma, Dad's jailed, Brooke gone. They say you caused, why? Hold tight, sweetie, we'll navigate. Dad erred, none your fault. Inside, room tour. Mine, truly? Home forever. Dinner, her fave grilled cheese. Silent bites, then unpacked. Found Derek photo. Keep? Miss him despite. Of course, he's Dad, love endures. She wept, I joined. Generations fractured by one man's folly. Prison letter, Derek's. Mom, no right asking, but Brooke's pregnant, not mine. Liam conned us. Feel your pain now. Not begging pardon, undeserved. Protect Mia, she's pure. Drawered it, legacy of lies, truths mingled. Weeks routine pained. Mia school returned, whispers trailing. Found her sobbing once, photo shredded. Hate him, kids say I'm tainted. Picked pieces. Anger's fine, not hate. You're good. Choices define, not blood. Hugged till sleep, pondered healing's possibility or wounds eternal. Trial swift, 30 days. Derek gaunt, Brooke seething, belly swelling. Judge, guilty, fraud, robbery, endangerment. Derek, 8 years. Brooke, 7, possible post-birth house if behaved. Derek bowed, Brooke raged, unfair, manipulated. Participation clear, final. Outside, media frenzy. Sentence satisfaction, forgive? Elaine shielded. Homeward, right choice? Survival, Val, his path. But Mia shattered, family rubble. Wins, loss blended. Rebuild with remnants. Mia awaited. Years for Dad? 8. 19 when free, grown. Yes, forward we go, heal, build. Visit him? Whenever, I'll drive. Really? Not mad? At him, not you. Love persists. 2 weeks, first visit. Prison stark, searches invasive. Mia trembled, halls down. Derek waited, tears. Angel, my angel. Hug across table. Missed you, Dad. He listened, tales, eyes rapt. Time up, clung. Love you, weekly promise. Love too, sorry all. Mouthed me, thanks bringing. Nodded, not forgive, but for Mia. Car, sad, changed. Prison does, forgive someday? Try, for us, maybe him. Night, no nightmares, first peace glimpse. Months rhythm, bi-weekly visits, I waiting room bound. Therapy grueling. Feelings, Derek? Forgiveness, spark? Rage, guilt, raised him, fault mine? Choices his, good mom, bad son, coexist. Mia bloomed, friends new, smiles frequent, nightmares less. Still woke screaming sometimes, I'd soothe, together safe. Letter unexpected, Brooks. Happy? Destroyed us, innocent baby familyless. Conscience wait? Tore it. Dare blame? Her plots, choices. Yet sleepless, child victim, my revenge's ripple. Elaine, her decisions, not yours. Baby her casualty. Truth's dual, defended self, innocence suffered. Mia queried, visit Dad with me? He asks. Not ready. 7 months, suffered enough? Words pierced, saw my pain. Think on. Decided, visit alone, for closure, truth's airing. Scheduled Friday, Elaine offered a company, declined. Solo confrontation. Mia thrilled. Really? Healing start? Talk only, no promises. Friday, dressed deliberate, drive doubting. Words, start where? Arrived 2 p.m., searched, led room, sat trembling. Door opened, Derek entered, wasted, grayed. Stopped, teared. Mom! Sit. Sat, silence. Thought never come. Not forgiven, need say, understand damage. Where lost you? Boy to betrayer? Deserve all, no excuses. Good, months pent. Double shifts for you, grief buried for you. Cabin cold, not worst, betrayal is. Sobs. No, hate self. Desperate, blinded. Hate too, for blindness, overgiving. Still love despite. Cried mutual, explain non-hate, planning murder. Right, monster I, would undo if could. Love, sorry, understand unforgiven. Mia visits, defends, cries missing, she reason functioning. Best I did, spared her. Brooke birthed, not yours, Liam Khan. Nodded bitter, heard, chain, I you, she me, he her. No pity, choice is yours. Not seeking, just know prison taught, thought sacrifices, understood unspeakable, try change. Not forgive, but understood, regret human. Can't forgive yet, try, for Mia, me, perhaps you. What do? Be better, letters teaching her lessons, turn tragedy wisdom, not me, her. Swear, and hurt her ever, no second chance, lose forever. Understood, never again. Guard, time. Stood chasm apart. Return? Maybe, when ready. Left lighter, not peace, but closure seed. Mia home. Go well? Talked, loves you, try heal, for us. Everything better someday? Pain lessons, build new from ruins. Hours enough. Slept dreamless, snow gentle, Mia hand held, path unknown but shared. 6 months on, Derek letter, teaching inmates reading, purpose found. Redemption 1,000 small choices, kind, help, persist. Try deserve forgiveness, for you, Mia, man should have been. Boxed it, for Mia future, complexity human, scars choices. Window gazed, October, year since, snow neared, unafraid, survived soul's winter. Valerie, 68, mother, grandmother, survivor, scarred, alive, standing, victory true. And as I stand here, watching the snow begin to fall just like it did that fateful day, I realize I've come full circle, from betrayal's chill to a warmth built from ashes. If you've walked a similar path, share in the comments. Your stories heal us all. And if this touched your heart, subscribe to the channel. There are more like mine waiting, and together we find our way forward.